Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Classified Captures. Today's episode is one that promises thrills, excitement, and subtle shivers that will linger long after the episode is ended. You know what? Let's jump right into it. On the slopes of Wasatch Mountain, this unusual scene was recorded. A creature unknown to anyone was seen running on the steep mountainside. Mind you, at the time it had snowed heavily, so the mountain was steep and impossible for someone to run on it. This led them to believe that could be a Bigfoot out there. So with that in mind, they sent a helicopter to search the mountain slopes for more evidence. As the helicopter circled overhead, there it was, a figure that matched the description of Bigfoot moving on the mountainside. While skeptics may explain the sightings as optical illusions or misinterpretations, enthusiasts and believers in cryptozoology find such evidence compelling. They see it as a step closer to unraveling the mystery surrounding these creatures. A trail camera in the woods took an unusual picture, showing a blurry shape hovering above the ground. The mysterious nature of this image has led to different interpretations among viewers. Some suggest a simple explanation, saying the blurry figure might be a moth, considering its relatively small size. On the other hand, a more supernatural view has come up, especially because of where the picture was taken, on a property in Missouri on a small rock burial mound. There are many speculations, with some considering the possibility that this ghostly presence could be some kind of entity silently moving through the mysterious landscape captured by the trail camera. Take a look at this spectacle that happened in Russia. The clouds in the sky appeared to split in two, forming a clear blue path above. This sight has led to different interpretations and guesses from those who saw it. Even people who have scientific explanations are torn between two ideas. One idea suggests that the phenomena could be caused by using vibrations to push away water molecules in the air. This is considered a way of controlling the weather in a cold climate area using nature and human intervention to influence atmospheric conditions. The other party suggests that this is a natural atmospheric phenomena known as a fall streak hole or hole punch cloud. These formations happen when very cold water droplets in a cloud turn into ice crystals. These ice crystals then fall out of the cloud, making a hole or gap in the layer of clouds, in this case, a path in the clouds. However, some are convinced that this might be something beyond our comprehension, something more supernatural, albeit they can't say what exactly. What do you guys think of this? In an unusual scene in Africa, a man comes across a tree that is different from the usual ones. This tree has eggs instead of the typical fruits. The man then picks these unusual eggs from the branches and brings them inside for a closer look. When he cracks open the eggs, a surprising discovery is made. There are seeds inside the shells. Undeterred, the man decides to cook these unconventional eggs by frying them in hot oil. The process unfolds similar to regular eggs, leaving viewers both intrigued and puzzled. This whimsical event brings a mix of amusement and skepticism, as the man seems to have a tree that produces eggs. I mean, he's got a literal eggplant in his house. Either that or it's sorcery or a fake. On the shores of an unidentified location, a mysterious and strange creature lies washed up on the shore. This creature is hard to categorize with its pale skin, round head, and a mix of features that seem both human-like and aquatic. It has hands that look like a human's with 4 claw-like fingers, while its lower half transforms into a fish-like shape. The creature is pretty as well. The puzzling nature of this creature leaves observers wondering where it came from and how it got to the shore. What combination of species could result in such distinctive yet mysterious being? Please feel free to share your thoughts. While exploring the depths of a mineshaft, an explorer records a fascinating sight: a sizable bird gliding through the confined space. Onlookers faced with uncertainty consider different possibilities. Some propose it might be an owl or a bat. Owls are nocturnal birds of prey that are adapted to low-light conditions, and they might seek shelter in areas like mineshafts during the day. Bats, being nocturnal as well, often roost in dark places during daylight hours. Yet the captivating nature of the video invites speculation. Could it be more than just a typical creature of the dark? What if there's something more ominous happening, hiding in the depths of the mine? If you haven't already hit the like button, subscribed, or even dropped a comment so far, could you please do that now? It goes a long way to help us make more of these kinds of videos for you. Thank you so much. Now back to today's episode. The deep sea remains one of the most mysterious and least explored environments on Earth. In this footage, a strange creature was observed resembling the shape of a sperm, but with a distinctive purple color. Interestingly, the creature doesn't have visible eyes, adding to its mysterious appearance. The absence of discernible eyes raises questions about the creature's sensory adaptations and how it navigates the darkness of the deep-sea environment. If any one of you aqua enthusiasts knows what this might be, please do share it with the rest of us in the comments section. In a peculiar encounter captured on footage, a curious individual stumbles upon a shelled creature resembling a crab.
Yo, what the fuck is this thing? Crab? Coral?
As the observer approaches the creature, it emits a peculiar sound, creating an unusual auditory experience. Simultaneously, the camera captures vibrations and becomes blurred. Some who have seen the footage believe that the creature wields electromagnetic powers. Looking at the footage, I'm tempted to think the same.
Crab? Coral?
What do you guys think, though? Is this one of those cases, or am I seeing stuff that isn't there? Next, we have footage from a homeowner whose everyday review of her camera footage led to something rather disturbing. In the footage, you can see the woman walking away from the house, presumably leaving the premises. However, what happens next is anything but ordinary. As soon as she is out of sight, a ghostly figure materializes into view, seemingly from thin air. This spectral entity moves with otherworldly grace, nonchalantly passing by the trash cans before making its way into the house. Why does this ghost visit? Is it a wandering spirit looking for comfort? Could it be someone who lived on the property, or did it come with something more malevolent in its plans? It's hard to say, but the strange way it comes in, waiting for the homeowner to leave, makes the mystery even more mysterious, if you know what I mean. In the surreal landscapes near the Fresno Manizales route, an enigmatic spectacle unfurls near the formidable Cerro Bravo. An apparent crack in the rocks shows a strange glow inside, similar to what we see near active volcanoes about to erupt. Active or potentially active volcanoes can exhibit various signs, including emissions of gases, steam, or even incandescent material. Could this be one of those instances? Julius thinks so. Aaron, however, thinks the Earth gods are made, and the hue is simply a confirmation of that. I'm leaning more toward Julius's explanation, as that sounds more plausible. Hopefully local authorities saw the video and took appropriate actions. If not, this would be nothing more than a ticking time bomb. Encountering the unknown can be both fascinating and disconcerting, and in this particular instance, a man stumbles upon a mysterious creature in a river.
What in the world you all? We gonna get you out this water. Somebody let me know, what is this? It's half turtle.
The creature has a body like a turtle and a face that mixes fish-like features with small black eyes, making it a distinct and possibly hybrid specimen. The combination of these characteristics leads to questions of its origin. Is it a hybrid of both worlds? A whimsical creation intended to merge the characteristics of both land and water animals? Or something entirely different? Without further details about the location, scientific examination, or expert analysis, it's challenging to ascertain the true nature of this enigmatic creature. Nature is known for its diversity, occasionally presenting us with surprises that challenge our understanding of the living world. What if, instead of nature, man created this thing? The magical world of insects introduces another wonder, the pink wing phasma. This captivating creature, part of the phasmid family, possesses a special charm that mesmerizing those lucky enough to come across it. With gentle grace, the insect rests on the observer's palm, displaying its detailed wings adorned with a subtle pink tint. Feeding on the leaves of different eucalypt tree species, these creatures mainly inhabit the expansive landscape of Australia. The intricate patterns and captivating colors on its wings turn this already intriguing insect into a living masterpiece, encouraging us to appreciate the beauty of nature's creations. Starting a day like any other, a man became fascinated by an unusual sight in the sky. Initially thinking the flying objects were just regular birds, maybe geese flying together, a closer look revealed a more puzzling story. Zooming in for a better view, the observer was met with a truly extraordinary scene. These creatures, far from the usual birds, had huge wings that looked like those of a bat, but on a massive scale. The sheer size and otherworldly appearance sparked imagination and curiosity, making people wonder about fantastical possibilities. Could these mysterious entities be dinosaurs or perhaps even dragons? These days, don't be shy to lean toward the supernatural or fiction because things are just so bizarre. Just a quick reminder before the next clip comes, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed, could you do so right now? Thank you very much. A Reddit user went hiking with a partner and came across the bizarre and unexplained. On the hike, they took along with them a Polaroid camera to capture the fleeting moments of their journey. As they were walking through the forest, they encountered a peculiar post that was mounted on a path and labeled Dead End. The sign was put there because that path led to the highway. Curious about the spooky message, the couple took a picture of the post, hoping that it would embody the mysterious feeling of the journey. When the image was developed, however, the couple was shocked at what they saw. There was an actual ghostly apparition standing a little further away from the post. It was all black, yet was not a shadow. It was a dark human entity. The couple, confused by the sudden appearance of this mysterious thing, had questions on their minds. They didn't see this entity earlier when they took the photo, so how was it even possible? Most importantly, who or what could that be? Ghost of a victim who used that path, or maybe some mysterious being with unclear intentions? Still in the eerie realm of the supernatural, a backyard security camera becomes an unwitting witness to a bone-chilling spectacle. In the middle of the day, in the bright sunlight, a dark figure quickly moves across the scene. Unlike fading smoke wisps, this appearance is much more mysterious. Yes, another dark entity. Usually we link paranormal sightings to nighttime situations, making people curious about this strange daytime appearance. Yet this looks like an exception. The unclear nature of the entity makes the mystery even bigger. Is it a harmful force, or maybe it's something completely different, possibly even something good? In this unsettling footage from Haiti, captured by a surveillance camera, a seemingly routine visit to a convenience store takes a bizarre turn. As you can see, a man stands at the cashier ready to complete his purchase, and an unexplained force violently propels him to the floor. The impact is so forceful that he remains on the floor. In Haiti, beliefs in the supernatural and ancestral spirits are important, so the Haitian community, understanding spiritual matters, thinks that this might not just be an accident, but could be a type of spiritual payback or consequence for unknown actions. The footage is deemed legit, so it's hard to write it off as a hoax. It's fascinating how mysteries of the ocean often captivate our imagination. In this footage, a curious observer capturing the beauty of the ocean stumbled upon an intriguing sight. Far beyond the shore, something was seen moving rapidly in the sea. The movement was too swift to be your typical fish and seemed to follow a straight trajectory. This looks like some sort of craft. Some people say it might be a submarine, but the strange thing seems to be moving on the surface, assuming regular submarine behavior is questionable. On the other hand, more imaginative voices suggest it could be an alien spacecraft. What do you think? Now, these things you see were captured in the sky. They are two round patches of white cloud-looking things in the sky. These strange things keep blinking rays toward the Earth. They look like some sort of portals. However, an interesting observation is made. The footage seems to have been taken through a glass window. This leads some to theorize that what appears to be otherworldly portals could be reflections rather than genuine celestial phenomena. What do you think? Take a look at this footage. A man claims to have seen this strange-looking creature in his pond. Seeing it is one thing, but this man actually runs to catch it with a net. The strange-looking thing has a semblance of a turtle. It also looks like a human child in a turtle costume, if you ask me. It brings to mind the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but how could such things be? Honestly, I think this is a hoax. I mean, the possibilities of it being a hoax are endless. It could be a person in a costume or CGI. What do you think? The capture unveils a forest with tall leafless trees covered in what appears to be moss. Dead leaves carpet the ground. Among the trees, a peculiar sight emerges, a doll tightly bound as if to prevent its escape. Upon closer inspection, it becomes evident that two of these dolls are bound to the same tree. Could these dolls have been haunting someone or a group of people, necessitating them being bound like this? Could this site be a ritual ground for witches and occultists? It's hard to tell, but these dolls must be very, very uncomfortable. Care to go on a rescue mission? Let us know your response in the comments section. Our next clip involves a group of adventurous friends on an intriguing journey aboard a distinctive blue metallic boat, navigating through an unfamiliar and somewhat enigmatic body of water. Their excursion was already underway, with one of the friends diligently capturing this momentous experience on camera. The atmosphere suddenly changed when one of them decided to dip their hand into the water out of sheer curiosity. In an unexpected turn of events, an unseen force latched onto the hand, prompting a swift and panicked reaction from the group on board. This spine-tingling incident served as one abrupt awakening, compelling the friends to peer anxiously into the water, scanning for any signs of impending danger. Moments passed with an eerie calm, until a seemingly innocent plastic water bottle caught their attention as it drifted away on the murky surface. Their eyes widened as a mysterious hand emerged from the depths, snatching the bottle with an almost preternatural swiftness before vanishing beneath the water's obscurity once more. Upon replaying the scene, we discern a large, otherworldly hand adorned in striking blue and white hues, its appearance oddly reminiscent of a tool used for trimming hedges. Speculations abound, with some quick to label it as a mermaid, while others prefer to refer to it simply as the unknown. What do you think we're dealing with here? Do you have any experiences or stories to share? Please do so in the comments section. We'd really love to read it. If you have made it this far and haven't hit the like button, subscribed, or even dropped a comment, could you do that before we go on? Thank you very much, as it means a lot. Anyway, coming back to the episode. Does this not scare you? I'm used to seeing cute and fluffy rabbits, but these creatures, although resembling rabbits, don't look like the furry, cute bunnies we're used to. Despite having heads resembling that of a rabbit or hare, they have bodies that are human-like and even dressed to look the part. Their clothes are thick and heavy, which might suggest they live in a cold region. If you pay attention to the hands of the creature, you'll realize that the right one looks like a prosthetic arm, albeit one made of wood or branches, something along the lines of a makeshift, which will leave you wondering what happened to it. Looking at the way the second creature, or humanoid rabbit, follows the one in front, you don't have to be a genius to deduce that there are certainly more of these creatures in this location. I would have called them alien, but their clothes look rather native, which will suggest they have lived in that region for a while. We hadn't heard of creatures like this, and we're naturally curious about it. The image was sent in by a subscriber of the channel, and we decided to ask her where the footage was taken. She has, however, refused to disclose the location where this image was taken. According to her, her family has known about the existence of these humanoid rabbits for years and kept it a secret. It's a tradition she too wants to keep up. She only thought she'd share the image so you and I could appreciate some of the mysteries that roam our planet. And you have to agree, this is indeed strange, is it not? Is there anyone among you who's ever had a close encounter with any of these creatures? If you have, please share your experience in the comments section, as we'd really love to hear about it. A peculiar figure was recently observed appearing to traverse a metallic structure under the guidance of an illuminating source, all captured during the cover of the night. While the precise location remains shrouded in uncertainty, the setting bears a striking resemblance to a backyard encircled by thick clusters of trees. This enigmatic entity takes on a humanoid form, distinctly discernible throughout its movement. However, its head defies convention, resembling an oversized light bulb affixed to its body. In an abrupt pause, it turns its attention toward the recorder, who could be heard inquiring about the purpose of this mysterious being. Could this be yet another instance in the ever-enigmatic world of cryptids? You tell us. In this video clip, an unknown person captures a figure atop the tallest tree in a grove of lush green trees. This figure is black in appearance, and the outline of the tree is clearly female. By the looks, she's also a grown woman. She appears to be completely fearless, perched atop the tallest tree in the area. But why? And how did she even get there? Is she really human, or just a skinwalker posing as a woman who could care less about being seen by the rest of the world? Tell us what you think. In the realm of social media influencers, there's always a niche for every talent and interest. Enter Throat King Sings, renowned for his unique deep throat sounds used in meditation. But what sets him apart isn't just his human audience. It seems that his mesmerizing sounds also resonate with nature's creatures and perhaps even the paranormal. In one of his videos, as Throat King sings serenades in a picturesque field, he inadvertently captures the attention of a curious deer. The majestic animal is drawn to the ethereal sounds, seemingly enchanted by the vibrations echoing through the serene landscape. However, what makes this footage truly intriguing is what lurks in the background. Behind the inquisitive deer, emerging from the thick bushes, are two mysterious entities. Cryptids, perhaps? Their sudden appearance suggests that they too were inexplicably pulled towards the captivating sounds of Throat King sings. It raises a host of questions. Who are these enigmatic figures? What draws them to these hauntingly beautiful sounds? Are they merely curious observers, or do they share a deeper connection with the mystical vibrations of Throat King Sing's meditation? The ocean has always held a treasure trove of mysteries, and this washed-up creature in Yemen only adds to this intrigue. At first glance, it's easy to mistake it for a whale due to its massive size, but upon closer inspection, it becomes evident that it defies the characteristics of a typical whale. Speculation and debates surround this enigma. Some skeptics propose that it might be a giant squid, a creature that's long been shrouded in mystery and myth. But even this theory doesn't provide a definitive answer. The truth is that the depths of the ocean still conceal many secrets, and encounters like these serve as a reminder that there's much we don't know about the creatures that inhabit the deep. The mysterious creature from Yemen challenges us to continue exploring and understanding the vast mysteries that lie beneath the ocean's surface. So what's your take on this intriguing marine wonder? Let us know in the comments section. The intrigue of cryptids and their elusive nature continues to captivate. Let's dive into this peculiar footage that emerged on Instagram, courtesy of the user TheMovieGuy11 back in March of this year. The story unfolds with the claim that the footage initially captured two creatures in the distance along Yellowstone Creek. The first impression was that these were perhaps two bears taking a stroll. However, upon closer scrutiny, the plot thickened. Upon careful examination, it became clear that the pace and the sheer amount of ground these creatures covered couldn't possibly match that of even the speediest bear. This observation led to the compelling belief that what had been captured was, in fact, a sighting of Bigfoot. When you take a closer look at the size and picture of these mysterious beings, the image becomes even more enigmatic. They appear huge and are seemingly moving about on 2 feet, adding to the intrigue. Once the footage hit the internet, the response was nothing short of intriguing itself. A significant portion of viewers joined the chorus, believing that what they were witnessing was indeed Bigfoot. This notion isn't too surprising, given that Yellowstone Creek is a known hotspot for Bigfoot sightings, adding an extra layer of mystery to this already puzzling encounter. This image has been a mystery ever since it surfaced on the internet. At first glance, we see a dug-up hole, a rather mundane sight, but it's what lies beyond that piques our curiosity. Further down the frame, there's a peculiar blurry figure. Now, the intrigue deepens. It could be one of 2 things: a swift culprit fleeing the scene, hence the blurriness, or it might just be something altogether different, an enigmatic entity, if you will. The possibilities here are as varied as they are puzzling. Is it a creature making a quick escape from its excavation project, leaving behind a tantalizing blur? Or could it be the ethereal form of something beyond our earthly comprehension? You tell us. Trailcams indeed provide us with intriguing glimpses of the natural world, and security cameras too have a knack for capturing inexplicable moments. In the still images captured in the dead of night, a scene unfolds that transcends the boundaries of explanation. Before us, a luminous, of ordinary ethereal being materializes, suspended above the homeowner's car. It exudes an otherworldly aura, its form cloaked in a radiant, hazy shroud. On closer inspection, we discern the semblances of a figure adorned in flowing white robes that seems to meld seamlessly with the surrounding mist. A careful look reveals further details: a head, rounded and enigmatic, and an enigmatic horizontal form that bears an uncanny resemblance to a celestial sword. The interplay of light and shadow in these images conjures an almost dreamlike quality, an impression of the divine rendered in pixels. It's intriguing that the homeowner, a person of faith, interprets this apparition as their guardian angel. The notion of angelic guardianship has long been a source of comfort and inspiration for many, a belief that extends beyond any one religious tradition. Whether one ascribes a spiritual significance to this phenomenon or simply marvels at its enigmatic beauty, the image still sparks a sense of wonder. Crucially, the integrity of these images has undergone scrutiny and remains untarnished by manipulation, adding an extra layer of intrigue to this captivating encounter. What do you think, though, angelic or not? This next footage just exudes a peaceful and quite frankly beautiful sight to behold if one decides to have alone time in a secluded area. The unknown location is surrounded by lush green trees with black rocks and majestic flowing water. What's most evident is a human-like figure standing in a fishing posture, holding a long stick and a red bag on a fallen tree, likely for storing a catch. Things escalate when a creature emerges from the woods, seemingly intrigued by the man fishing. It doesn't stop there. The creature gets closer until it suddenly decides against it and walks away. Why was he heading towards the man? What made him stop? What was that creature? I initially thought it might be a Bigfoot, but it's unusual for Bigfoots to approach people. Could it have been a different cryptid, one that's previously unknown yet very hostile to humans? Or am I simply reading meanings into things that are non-existent? It's hard to say at this point, but perhaps a second opinion might clear things up. Care to share yours? Oh, the allure of venturing into the woods when the night has fallen, a choice that's not for the faint of heart. This time, our tale takes us to a gentleman who had an unexpected encounter with a dark and mysterious figure deep within the forest. Now, let me preface this by saying that I wouldn't be out in the woods at that hour. And if I were, the moment I laid eyes on this particular figure, I'd likely be sprinting in the opposite direction. Why, you ask? Well, because this footage, my friends, is the stuff that sends shivers down your spine. In the eerie glow of the night, there it is, a creature perched behind a tree, obscured by the inky blackness of its fur. It's an image that unmistakably brings to mind the legendary Bigfoot, an enigma that continues to baffle and fascinate us. Indeed, it's a truly strange sight that's capable of upsetting anyone. Take a second look at the whole thing. Do you think we're dealing with Bigfoot or something else entirely? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Here we have a peculiar reptilian creature emerging from the depths of a river, although calling it a traditional reptile seems a tad too simplistic. Take a closer look at this alligator-like beast and you'll notice some distinct oddities. Its tail, for instance, is exceptionally thick and its front end appears significantly shorter than the rear. This unusual gator seems to be moving horizontally, propelled by the sheer power of the robust tail. Indeed, it's a sight that's both strange and, dare I say, a tad freaky. Could this be a mere quirk of nature, a defect in an otherwise familiar species like the alligator, or might we be witnessing the emergence of an entirely new and intriguing creature, as yet undiscovered by science? The natural world never ceases to amaze us, and this is just one more piece in the grand puzzle of our planet's biodiversity. This nosy situation was captured on a Trailcam, offering a glimpse into the captivating world of wildlife. Here, in this snapshot, we see a black nose framed by dark fur, a sight that immediately piques our curiosity. The possibilities seem as endless as the wilderness itself.
Could it be a mischievous monkey, or, for those who entertain the mysteries of the paranormal, the ever-elusive Bigfoot? However, as our investigation and scrutiny would reveal, the answer turns out to be both simpler and utterly endearing. This inquisitive visitor, it turns out, is none other than one of the monkey species native to the area the trail camera that captured it was set up. It turns out that the creature was driven by an insatiable curiosity to investigate the odd-looking object in its surroundings. It employs all senses, including its keen sense of smell, in a bid to understand the situation. In a twist of fate that could only be described as comically charming, its twitching nose, poised for investigation, aligned perfectly with the camera's lens at just the right moment. The result, an image that serves as a delightful bridge between the natural world and our technological incursions into it, capturing a moment of whimsy, charm, and the unexpected in the wild. One question, though. What monkey species do you think that is? Tell us in the comments section. The depths of our world's wilderness certainly holds their mysteries, as evident by this Trailcam capture. It's a haunting reminder of how much we still don't understand about the woods we often consider familiar. In this image, we see a figure that defies easy explanation. The person, or whatever it may be, is striking in its eerie appearance. The stark contrast between the extremely pale skin and those unnaturally dark eyes is enough to make anyone shudder. The long jet-black hair and the oversized dress only add to the enigma. But what's truly unsettling is the posture of this figure. It appears almost lifeless, as if it exists in a state between the living and the undead. The icy gaze directed at the camera sends a chill down the spine, leaving us with more questions than answers. Who is this mysterious being, and what could explain its presence in the heart of the woods? It's a puzzle that may never be fully solved. As we delve into our next uncanny video, filmed in the dead of night, brace yourself for an unexpected twist. A luminous white light materializes out of nowhere. Upon closer scrutiny, this enigmatic apparition appears to possess legs and outstretched arms, striking a pose reminiscent of superheroes and villains taking off into the night sky. That's if you can call it that. Is this an omen, a harbinger of world-altering events? Could it be an angelic presence? And if so, why does it choose the Shroud of Darkness for its appearance? I invite you, our astute viewers, to share your speculations and insights in the comments section below. This mystery of the night awaits your discerning interpretations. Still on the legendary Bigfoot, the topic that never fails to stir the imagination, let's venture into the snow-covered woods of Russia, where a family was in for a truly unexpected sight. Members of this family were simply driving along, minding their own business, following a snowstorm. After enduring something like that, they hoped for a smooth sailing to their next location, but their attention was abruptly drawn to something truly bizarre among the trees. What they beheld was nothing short of remarkable. A strange creature, towering at about 7 to 8 feet, draped in dark fur. It was a curious amalgamation of an ape and a human, but built like a bear. Yes, you guessed it, the one and only Bigfoot. Now, this family happened to be locals, and they were quick to note that there had never been any reports or sightings of this enigmatic creature in their area. So understandably, this was quite the unexpected circus show for them. You can almost feel their excitement and trepidation by the sheer commotion in the car as they gazed upon this strange being. Do you also believe we could be dealing with a Bigfoot, or do you think that they're simply reading too much into something they shouldn't? Share your thoughts in the comments section. You don't always see an ape stare at a human like this. Perhaps it's not one you ever imagined or thought of, but there it is. What do you think is going on in the mind of this ape as it stares strangely at the reporter? Is it harboring good thoughts or perhaps something a bit more ominous? Judging solely by its facial expression, one might indeed feel a touch of trepidation. The eyes, after all, are known to be windows to the soul, or in this case, to the thoughts within. As for its current circumstances, being taken out of its natural habitat and confined to a makeshift home, one could imagine that this fellow might harbor some rather strong opinions about the matter. The desire for freedom, perhaps, or the wish to retire from the life of the zoo. It's a poignant reminder of the complexities involved in keeping wildlife in captivity. This Trailcam capture indeed presents a rare and fascinating spectacle, one that has stirred the curiosity of both enthusiasts and skeptics alike. Most Bigfoot encounters and footage feature solitary individuals, making this sighting all the more intriguing. In this remarkable image, we are presented with not one, but two enigmatic creatures standing in what appears to be a unique interaction. The creature on the right, shrouded in dark fur, stands tall, its height almost mirroring that of the surrounding trees. In contrast, the figure on the left assumes a distinctive posture, seemingly in a kneeling or crouching position, and features a distinctive brown fur. The nature of the exchange between these two beings remains an enigma, one that sparks the imagination and invites a multitude of interpretations. Are they engaged in some form of communication or ritual? Are they observing something in the distance, or is this a chance encounter in the depths of the wilderness? This capture, with its unique portrayal of two potential Bigfoot individuals, adds another layer to the ongoing quest to unravel the secrets of these elusive creatures. This capture showcases numerous trees scattered throughout the woods, with a firelit torch stick emerging to the left, nestling between a real tree and its additional trunk. The limited illumination is soon overshadowed by a larger light source, revealing the expansive terrain before us and asserting its presence. Naturally, this second light causes the eyes of the nocturnals to glow in the dark. If you know anything about nocturnals, you know this is a normal trait, but you've got to ask, what's this second source of light that dominantly glows over these animals? We've known about orbs and what they represent, but this? What could it mean? If you have any answers, please don't hesitate to share. Let's take a look at a hiking trip that truly etches itself into the annals of one's life. This particular adventure was embarked upon by a group of students, and little did they know they were in for an encounter they'd be discussing for years to come. As they journeyed through the wilderness, they happened upon a trail that led them to a part of the woods that seemed to carry an air of mystery. Why, you might ask? Well, it was there, high upon a mountain nearby, that they spotted a figure making its way downhill. Now, what made this figure truly remarkable was the fact that, despite walking on two legs, it possessed features that quite simply ruled out the possibility of it being human. For starters, it appeared rather substantial in size, definitely larger than your average person. And if you were to zoom in on the footage, you'd notice something rather peculiar, what seemed to be hair or perhaps fur covering its body. So, Bigfoot? Well, obviously. As you can well imagine, this enigmatic encounter left the students in a state of fascination and wonder. No doubt they must regale the tale of this extraordinary sighting whenever they gather, forever etching it into the folklore of their lives. Everyone has accepted it as a Bigfoot, and we have too. What about you? In this video clip, an unidentified individual armed with a camera descends the staircase, capturing a dark figure seated in an armchair. The living room is made up of a television on its stand and a few armchairs. As the recorder moves closer, the dark, shadowed figure suddenly stands up, walks forward without turning, and then vanishes into thin air, revealing a dark humanoid figure resembling a female. The individual filming searches for the intruding presence, moving the camera around and exploring other parts of the house, but finds nothing. What do you think that presence was, and do you think there's a possible reason it was there? Tell us in the comments section. Going alone into the depths of the woods can be a test of one's courage and sanity, as this brave YouTuber from the channel Abandoned 6.7 discovered. Amidst the trees, almost beyond the reach of the camera's lens, a pale figure moved with an unsettling speed and unpredictability. It darted back and forth, raising more questions than answers. What kind of creature could move in such a manner? Was it a wild animal, or did he inadvertently stumble upon something even more enigmatic, like a legendary skinwalker? In search of adventure, he set up a camp in the heart of the wilderness, preparing for an overnight stay that would forever etch itself into his memory. During his solitary sojourn, strange occurrences began to unfold. The peace of the woods was periodically shattered by unexplained noises, and his campfire seemed to bear the brunt of some unseen presence's curiosity. His tent, on more than one occasion, bore the signs of tampering, as if something or someone had been probing at the edges of his reality. The climax of this eerie adventure came when he managed to capture the unsettling footage you just watched on his camera. The fact that we're discussing this video now suggests that the YouTuber made it out of the woods unscathed, but the mysteries of the wilderness remain lurking just out of sight, waiting for the next curious soul to uncover them. Prepare to be astounded by the next footage. A family embarked on a tranquil hike in the woods, seeking the beauty of nature. Their trip is, however, interrupted when they stumble upon something profoundly strange. Captivated, they grab their cameras, and the footage is what you see unfolding before your very eyes. Amidst the towering trees, a figure of astonishing peculiarity takes shape. It manifests and then retreats, seemingly merging with the verdant tapestry of the forest. This disappearance is but for a short moment, as it reappears a moment later, stepping boldly into view before vanishing into the heart of the woods. Were you able to catch a glimpse of it before its disappearance? What does it remind you of? Upon closer examination of the footage, you'll notice that this creature is bipedal despite its ape-like build and fur. It starts off with the gorilla walk, then leaps and then jumps. There are no apes that can do that, right? If that's no ape, then what creature could it be? The answer is pretty simple, really. It's the legendary Bigfoot. But in Russia, is there anyone with any experience or stories of these magnificent cryptids in Russia? If there is, please enlighten us, as we'd love to know. In the next video clip, we see a strange bundle of leaves and tree trunks that could be mistaken for a giant spider's abode. Not long after, an elk with large, somewhat coiled antlers, known to have sharp hearing capabilities, comes into view, head down, possibly feeding on its morning nourishment. Our attention is drawn to a sudden movement in the spider-like abode, where a figure seems to be glancing at the elk before swiftly disappearing out of camera sight. What could this other creature be? And how quiet is it for its presence and movements to not have riled up the elk to make a run for it? Strange. The age-old fascination with the mysteries and unexplained continues even with this footage. In this footage captured in La Blanca, we are presented with a sight that's as perplexing as it is grand. As we gaze upon the scene, we're greeted by the sight of a colossal figure ascending a mountain. Its size alone, when viewed from this distance, is enough to let you know it's no small creature. Yet, here's the twist. It's a being so peculiar and elusive that it has left even the most inquisitive minds in a state of bewilderment. Could this be the stuff of legends, the Nephilim as mentioned in ancient texts like the Bible, or might it be something unique, something that escapes the boundaries of our known world? The enigma shrouding this entity adds yet another layer to the tapestry of unexplained phenomena that continues to intrigue and challenge our understanding of the world. Don't you think so? If you've made it this far and haven't hit the like button, subscribed, or even dropped a comment, could you do that before we go on? Thank you very much. It means a lot. Moving back to today's episode. This next footage presents us with an eerie and enigmatic discovery deep within the woods, a structure that defies conventional explanation. The assortment of sticks and twigs, intricately tied together, forms a peculiar shrine or grave site that suggests a level of craftsmanship and purpose beyond typical human activity. One striking detail that cannot be overlooked is the sheer size and weight of the logs used in constructing this enigmatic formation. It becomes evident that this endeavor likely required a great deal of strength, making it improbable for the work of an ordinary human. The presence of bones and animal fur, meticulously arranged and intertwined, adds a layer of mystique to this already baffling discovery. Could this be the handiwork of the elusive Bigfoot, a creature often associated with the depths of the wilderness? Is it a form of communication, a ritualistic site, or even a burial ground for some unknown entity? The questions raised by this footage only deepen the intrigue surrounding the mysteries of the forest. As with many discoveries of this nature, we're left to ponder the origins and purpose of this structure, adding another chapter to the ever-evolving story of unexplained phenomena in the natural world. Venturing deep into the woods can lead to unexpected and mystifying encounters, just like the one captured in this footage. As we watch, it's hard not to get excited. The individual behind the camera appears to be taking precautions, maintaining a safe distance from the enigmatic figure emerging from the underbrush. And what we see is a creature that has stirred imaginations for generations: Bigfoot. With its intriguing mix of human and ape-like features and its towering presence, it's no wonder Bigfoot remains an enduring enigma. Now, if this footage is genuine, then you have to wonder, where is this creature headed? Why is it moving around without a care during the daytime? Is it because it was not expecting any humans around, or is it because it simply doesn't care? It's hard to tell, but what do you think? A day of carefree fun turned into a spine-tingling moment of fear for this group of kids. As they frolicked on a field with one of them recording the merriment, little did they know that an eerie surprise was creeping their way. Right there, on the horizon, a strange creature began to crawl towards them. The moment they caught sight of it, sheer terror gripped their heart and their joyful shouts turned into panic screams. It's a reaction that's palpable even through the screen. Now, when we zoom in on the footage, the question lingers: what in the world could that be? Skeptics have offered their 2 cents, suggesting it might be a hoax, especially because the dog in the video appears strangely unfazed by the creature. After all, dogs tend to be quite vigilant and reactive in such situations. But here lies the enigma. Was this merely a group of kids playing an elaborate prank, or did they unwittingly capture genuine footage of something truly bizarre? Tell us what you think. This video showcases a specific patch of woods filled with trees, plants, and branches, all growing at different angles. The lush greenery highlights the beauty of nature. What makes this video intriguing is the slow, deliberate movement of the camera, which suddenly slows down and focuses on one single location. It zooms in for a closer inspection, and that's when we notice a figure moving in the light. It reveals the silhouette of an ape-like creature, but what this creature is up to remains unknown. It continues to move on one spot, then starts walking away out of sight as the camera switches to zooming out. Was that Bigfoot? If not, then what else could it be? Would you buy parts from a haunted car? Did that question sound bizarre? Then perhaps it's because you haven't seen our next footage. This recorder named Garcia can be seen showcasing all the car models parked in this dusty vicinity. This particular black car has a dark history that involved a crash and the demise of its owner. Despite its history, many wanted parts, so Garcia, who is the man recording, proceeds to examine the car, showcasing its condition as clearly as possible. While checking the back seats, the car, without a driver in the front seat, abruptly starts moving. Garcia is clearly frightened by this sudden movement, and he vocalizes his shock, which leaves us wondering about the cause. Apparently, this isn't the first of such encounters, but the first time he's ever caught it on tape. What could be causing the car to move on its own? The deceased owner who doesn't want his car torn apart, or Garcia himself playing around for some views? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. We'd really love to hear them. Still on strange and mysterious animal captures, picture this: a serene, snow-covered landscape, a man and his faithful dog on a tranquil hike. It sounds like the perfect winter outing until an unexpected turn of events shatters the peace. As they ventured through the snow, the man's dog, typically lively and carefree, suddenly dashed ahead, only to return moments later trembling with fear. This unusual behavior prompted the man to grab his phone and start recording, and what he captured was truly spine-chilling. In the footage, a dark, towering figure was seen moving silently among the snow-clad trees. It was a moment that sent shivers down the hiker's spine, compelling him to cut his hike short and hasten back to the safety of his home. But here's where the story takes a truly unsettling turn. Upon returning home, he realized that the ominous figure from the woods seemed to have followed him. It was lurking outside his house like a shadowy specter refusing to let go. The question that lingers is, what could this mysterious presence be? Was it the elusive Bigfoot, a spectral Slender Man, or perhaps something even more sinister and unexplainable? Share your thoughts. Now, you know there is no mystery without a Bigfoot sighting. The classic intrigue of the creature lurking amongst the trees, a scene that invariably summons thoughts of the legendary Bigfoot. Here we see a group of creatures that bear a resemblance to the enigmatic Bigfoot. But hold on, these appear decidedly smaller than the towering behemoths often associated with Bigfoot lore. Now this gives us room for speculation. Are these simply apes, perhaps a known species like chimpanzee or gorillas roaming the woods, or could there be something altogether different? Juvenile Bigfoots in the making, exploring the world and learning the ways of their elusive kind. It's a tantalizing enigma that keeps us guessing. What say you? As the days roll on, it seems the line between reality and mystery becomes ever more elusive. Let's delve into this rather perplexing situation captured by a vigilant driver. As he cruises down the road, his attention is drawn to something utterly bizarre: a burning bush. Naturally, he decides to halt and investigate, but here's where things get curious. As he steps away from the car window and moves closer to the bush, the flames seem to vanish into thin air. Poof! Just like that. Now, this is where the mystery deepens. He repeats this experiment several times, and each time the burning bush behaves as though it were an illusion. The burning, it's there, but then it's not. So what in the world could be happening here? Is it some kind of glitch in the Matrix, a cleverly orchestrated hoax, or perhaps something that transcends the boundaries of human comprehension? Tell us what you think it is.
A wildlife cam captured this huge crocodile. They say it's about 50 feet long or more. If it's true, this reptile is massive. Crocodiles are reptiles that can grow to impressive sizes. The largest species, the saltwater crocodile, Crocodylus porosus, holds the record for being the largest living reptile and can reach lengths of about 17 to 23 feet on average. Exceptional individuals have reported to reach lengths of around 25 feet, while a crocodile of around 50 feet would be at the extreme upper limit for known species. It's not entirely impossible, especially considering that crocodiles can vary in size and there may be larger individuals in certain populations. At least that's what we theorize, but do share your thoughts. And with that, we conclude the day's episode. Thank you for staying with us. Before you go, are there popular trail cams you have come across that you think we should absolutely feature on this channel? Please tell us in the comments section. If you personally have odd footage you recorded yourself, you can forward it to us via classifiedcaptures@gmail.com. We'll do the needful analysis and include it in our next episode. We'll also give you credit unless, of course, you want to remain anonymous. We can't wait to receive your clips. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family. See you in the next one.